Sound check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Good. Hi there. How's it going? Hello. Greetings. Just realizing there's a couple things I got to set up here. My audio is not connected properly. Luckily, that's a quick adjustment of one cable, so. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, cool. Hey, how's it going? I'm Rob. It's Woozle Affected Productions, the Woozle Effect here in Russell, Manitoba. And it is Saturday night. We're going to be doing a recycled sound session stream right away. I know you said the open harp surgery logo. It's because right now, just for a few minutes, we're just going to take a little bit of time to tidy up some stuff that I had on the workbench here and get to a few little things. So, let's see here. Let's take a look at what we were going to take a look at. I don't know if we're going to get to everything, but we'll get to the C harp for sure. We're just going to do a quick tidy up of some of the tuning on here. Nothing outrageous. I don't think we're going to be at it very long. This was a project that I'd actually done earlier with some tidying up of the tuning already, so I'm pretty confident that it's the way I like it. But we're just going to be double checking to make sure everything is 100% as it should be. And it shouldn't take very long. We're going to pull up on our tuner, which should appear there. We got our tuner open. Oh, there it is. I got to open up the tuner app, which is shut down on me. There it is. We've got audio. That's good. We're going to make sure it's this audio here. Yeah, that's bizarre. Yeah, that's very bizarre. Hang on one second there. I got a few different audio elements that are behaving oddly. I believe this should be set to that. That ought to be better. Cool. All right. Okay. With this all functioning, I think it all is now. Okay, good. I can move my head around a little bit now. All right. So we're live on Facebook, Facebook Live, Facebook Gaming, Facebook in general. So that's where we are at the moment, as well as my personal page. So if you're watching from the personal page, hello to my friends and family. I think everything should be functioning now. I do see an error message for one of the Facebook elements. So I don't know if that's my personal Facebook that is not running. It may very well be. And you know what, just because I don't want to have to worry about it, yeah, it's just saying sending data, fail. So I just got to turn that right off. So we're actually just broadcasting to only two places, to YouTube and Facebook. So I should be able to see chat in both places. So feel free to say hello if you're in either location. Happy to chat as much as I can. Because I don't want to have to worry about it. Yeah, it's just saying sending data, fail. So I just got to turn that right off. So we're actually just broadcasting to only two places, to YouTube. Look at that. Look at it sending its data to both places at one time. So you can hear yourself in double. Good to know. Good to know. That should not be, that should not in fact be doing that. But we've got all kinds of weird things happening right now as we do one of these tests. The important thing is my tuner is working. So that much I can feel modestly confident about as I get the rest of this squared away. This is a C harmonica. This is a Seagull 1847 Lightning, and we just did some slight adjustments to it. Nothing too crazy. This is the harp in the key of C. So we'll be making some small changes. I don't want to go too crazy about it. Where's my virtual audio cable going? I just want to see where this error is happening. It's kind of nice to do these pre-shows for a variety of reasons. I get to iron out a few of the kinks that are going to cause confusion later on. Yeah, there it is, desktop audio. So that is functioning. I wonder why that's coming through the main feed. Really shouldn't be. But there it is, coming through the main feed. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. If there's nothing, oh, it's because it's going there. Look at that. Desktop feed, aha! We found the error. So there's our desktop So you guys might have been missing some other sounds. So hopefully we'll get this. I think we got this squared away. Now it should work. Whew, that was silly. Yeah, that. Good, good. All right, we fixed that. All right, so let's focus in on what we're actually tuning here. As now I think you can see things. Like I said, if you're in the chat of any of these spaces, feel free to say hello. If you happen to be on YouTube or on Facebook Live, everything looks like it's functioning, so I'm feeling okay about that. So what we got in front of us, like I said, 1847 Lightning. This has been a great harmonica. I've only had it for a few months now, but since just before Christmas. I think it was just before Christmas. I'm gonna have to double check my timelines there. I think it was just before Christmas. I'm quite happy with it. It's absolutely phenomenal. I ended up getting two 1847 Lightning in the key of C and in the key of G, and they've just been phenomenal harmonicas. They sound great. They project well. They were well set up. We did some slight adjustments for some overblow setups, and that's all we did the other day, was some slight adjustments for overblow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double check the tuning of the top notes here on the blow side. We're going to use what's called the French tuner to double check the tunings really quick. Nothing too fancy. You'll see the tuner up in the corner of the screen, and that's pretty much, of course my tuner has vanished. Having lovely trouble with the tuner shutting itself down, which is kind of fun. We want to be using... I'm going to close it and open it so that if it shuts down again, at least it opens to the right default. We're tuning a harmonica in the key of C. We're just going to really simplify things with going A440. Sorry, A443 as my reference pitch. We're not doing anything too crazy. I'm just happy if they're in tune with each other. Well, so far so good. Let's grab the other tuner there. So we'll check some of those thirds and fifths. I'm okay with that. The fifth below. The third below. That one's maybe a little rough, but no, I'm okay with that. You know what? I think that's going to be the gist of it. I'm going to put this back on the harmonica. Then we'll make some adjustments as we go. Let's get the screws back in this thing. Other fine tuning I could do on the harp. I am a little sharp though. We tune this up on the table. It is cold though too. And if you don't believe me, it's like minus 50 something with the wind chill granted, but minus 40 something without it. It's cold. It's cold here in Russell, Manitoba, Canada. Little chilly, just a little chilly. Anyone who's watching from Winnipeg can attest to the chilliness. We're about 4 hours northwest of Winnipeg. More west than north, but still. About 4 hours in that direction. And we've been a little cold the last couple days. There's been some days that Winnipeg's had us beat in terms of coldness. But it's been fairly cold across the entire prairies. I've been involved in some conferences for the last little while with folks from Regina and Saskatoon, and chatting with some folks from Alberta, and it sounds like everyone is just getting crushed with this cold right now. So that's just how it is. That's where we are. So we're about 8 cents over. I'm going to double check a quick reference guide here. I use a couple different references to help keep things lined up. And I'm not sure if you're all familiar with the tuner I'm using. I'm using what's called Chromatia tuner. Actually, it's phenomenal software. I'm just still tying in. I just made some changes to the way my ASIO is running, and so I got to make sure I've dialed in properly. But FJM software is fjmsoft.com is where you find that. But Chromatia tuner, this is version 4 point something, 4.2, 4.2. It's pretty solid. I'm quite happy with that. All right, so I'm going to pull up a quick reference guide that I have. It's off to the side. This just sort of helps me make sure that the tuner is dialed in the way I want it to go, so that way we're in tune with the instruments, with the band, essentially, when we play. So if we're playing a C harmonica, right, means the lowest note is a C4, right? So if A443 is my goal, my aim, if you will, then the reference pitch for C5, which is below 4, right, is going to be a slightly different number, and that's 526.8188, we can call it hertz. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that value there. I'm going to pop it over into my tuning values, and I'm going to look for C5 is equal to that value. So if I play this, so you can see I'm still about 3 cents sharp, but once we've corrected. The idea is that I'm tuning A443, but not in just intonation. Everything else is going to be tuned to just. So in this case, I want the C to be an accurate representation of equal temperament, right, to A443. So let's just, for the sake of argument, I guess what we could do is if I were to go back to A4 is 440. I'm adding a step here, but and you can't see it in the background. But if I were to go to an equal temperament setup here and check out C, you'll see I'm about 14 cents sharp, right? I'm actually aiming for A443. So again, I'm only 1 or 2 cents sharp. So what we want is that C to be as close to the piano tune C, a little bit high because we're aiming at 443 instead of 440. That's for reasons of the band and a bunch of other aspects, right? So that's what we're doing. So we want that note to be as close as possible. So when I switch back to adjust intonation, that is the key note. If I were to leave it in A440 and switch back to my adjust intonation scale, power draw setup, then that C now reads 8 or 9 cents flat, right? But we got to use, again, C5 is equal to whatever that note is, that's going to give us A443, the equivalent of C in equal temperament. So that way my root note lines up with the piano. So if you're playing in the key on the piano, that relative scale in just intonation is what we're lining up to. Bit complicated, but it gets us where we need to go. And as we warm up the harmonica, right? You just breathe through it, you can keep it under your arm, you can do whatever. This has been sitting out on the table, and this basement's not exactly warm. So I'm not gonna make any major adjustments as long as they're in tune with each other. The only one I might change is to make sure that the new 7 blow and 6 draw are in tune. I'm happy with that. And 2 blow, 3 draw. I guess this one could come down a touch. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if we can drop this by a couple cents. We don't want it to go by a lot, but the idea is just those 2 notes are played interchangeably sometimes, and it's good if they line up without appearing out of tune from one another. So far, so good. I can live with that. okay with that for now. That's a little low, but that's okay. You know what? We're going to be okay with that. So these are just minor adjustments because of a change I made earlier. We don't have to go too crazy with shifting things about. Just enough, you know, just these little tiny tweaks. And really, like I said, all it's designed to do is make sure that the bigger changes we made before aren't resulting in really wacky segments of being out of tune. And I don't feel like this is really wacky in any way. I'll probably go over this because I made those changes on Monday. I'll probably go over this again on Monday of this coming week just to make sure it's still holding, especially after having been played now for a fair bit tonight, because the C does get a bit of work. It's a harmonica I tend to give a little bit of love. So yeah, just see what's going on here. So yeah, if you're watching, feel free to say hello in the chat. I can see the chat both on Facebook and on YouTube. It's all aggregated together for me so that I can see what's up with you folks there, you fine folks there. This will be the pre-show. So maybe I'll play a quick song for you, quick tune, and then what we'll do is we'll start the countdown up. It's just going to be a short 5-minute countdown. And what you'll see is you'll see the countdown come up, and then I'm going to go offline. And what that means is that's your cue to head on over to twitch.tv/Woozle Effect. That's where the bulk of the show is going to be. So if you're watching this this video now, and it's still Saturday night, the 13th of February. All right, we start at about 9 o'clock, so we got about 10 minutes to go before we're going to make the switch. So if it's after 9 and before midnight, even a little later, sometimes Central Time, if it's still Saturday night, that means that you can still catch the show. So don't delay. Head over to twitch.tv/Woozle Effect, and that's where you'll find me. And if you want, you can do that in the background now. It might help a little bit if you did it in the background. Then you can make sure that you're following and everything's set up. If you've got an Amazon account, you might want to link those, and then they're all set to go. And then you don't have to worry about any of that stuff once the show starts. So let me just make sure you got the link here. There we go. That's the link right there. So that should pop into the chat for you, I hope. Assuming everything's working. Looks like it's gone over to YouTube. That's good. Hoping it's not filtering anything crazy. Bingo. Yeah, that's it. So if you're watching over on Facebook, even if you've joined us late and you're watching the repeat, make sure you take a look at that link down the bottom. It's also should be in the description of the video. I'll double check to make sure that that's the case. Yes, it is. It is in the title of this video. So make sure you follow that link. That's exactly where you got to go. And if you follow that link, you'll find your way to the show tonight, which is going to be ongoing. So we're going to turn the tuner off. Let's do a little jam here on this this nice harmonica in C. That's okay. Let's see how it sounds a little amplified. Let's make sure we haven't broken anything. Oh, I should turn these things on. A few things that I got to turn on at the beginning of every show. We'll be doing that while we do the switch over. Maybe you can join me. You can take a look and see. Let me go to the 4-up view. The pedal board's behind me, actually. I'm going to step around it here for a moment. Whoa. And all the mics seem live. That's good. There we go. I'm going to power up the board. Oh, that's a lovely sound, eh? Turning on just a couple things. Let me get the mic done here. We're going to turn on a couple things. That's the reverb element of what we're doing. Sorry about the grabbing the mic there. Reverb element, the delay element. This is the amp simulator. It's a blonde style amp. That's what we're simulating for the harmonica overdrive, the harmonica input. So we got both that and a boost. Little click there is turning on the loop station. So the loop station's on now. So we should be good to go. So far, so good. got it. We got a little crunch going on with that harp. We got the appropriate microphones. All right, we'll make sure we're loud enough. Everything seems okay. Down by the dam, we throw the suckers back. Breathe the water in. Luck spoon's gone, it was swallowed by Jack Fastwater. A fish on. Don't know how long I've been gone. Can't be leaving when the body's on. Gone fishing. I'm gonna have to fix that. This is why we test things. Got a little rattle there. We're gonna fix that. Close enough. Close enough. Ha. Close enough. Close enough. Oh yeah. There we go. Okay, cool. That's all the important things I needed to check right now. I think that works. I think that functioned as we thought it should. Let's just switch back to the other mic here and quickly back to the desk. Okay, so that was our warm-up, our little get-together, get things started, get things functioning sort of stream, and it looks like it did do that. Just that. It caught a couple of little glitches that we needed to catch before the big show starts, and we were able to get that harmonica reassembled and ready to go. Didn't get a chance to dive into the other big ones, but the other big ones, of course, that I wanted to look at really quickly, the subscriber harmonica. This is a lovely G natural minor. Play this a lot. G natural minor was a C major harmonica that I've retuned up. So this one is a go-to in the subscriber harp. It's got all the names of my Patreon subscribers. So if you happen to be a subscriber on Patreon at $5 or more a month, that's where your name goes. I've got a lovely list for my 6-month or greater subscribers over on Twitch. So if you're over on Twitch, and that's where the link goes, right? Twitch.tv/Woozle Effect. That's where we're going to be in just over a minute. So all the names of anyone who subbed for 6 months or more is ending up on that harmonica there. And of course we got the Founders harp. These are the original, the OGs. This is a fun harp. I think just thinking of there. I got to do the Mandalorian theme someday. That'll be on our list of things to figure out later. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. I'm going to switch to the starting soon screen. Don't be alarmed. We're going to be saying goodbye here on Facebook. Okay, we're going to be saying goodbye here on YouTube. Okay, we're going to be switching over to the other live stream. Right, and we're going to be starting up on Twitch. So I want to say thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you, and we're going to see you all real soon, okay? Sound good? Okay. See you all soon, folks. For you on Facebook. I just want to make sure I haven't jumped the gun here. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.